Hey, this is the ferry. I'm about 40, 45 miles down the Padre Island National Seashore. And the conditions are absolute ice cream. What I'm gonna do is a walk around of my surf rig and the why you do some of the stuff I've been doing. My mentor, Billy Sandifer, taught me a lot of this stuff. He's dead now. And I've been down here 30 years. So it's moderately useful information. There's a lot of people fishing today. I'm basically crowded out. Alright, we'll start at the front of the truck. The reason why you have the rack on the front is sand. If you drive on the beach, pretty much it's sand for about 45 miles that way. And on the National Seashore, it's sand for another 20 or so that way. Sand. If you do not have the rack on the front, and you have it on the rear, which a lot of people put it in the receiver hitch on the rear or make a rear rod rack, your tires are constantly kicking up a little bit of sand. And in the back, whether you want to believe it or not, aerodynamically, the wind goes like this and goes down the side and whips around in the bed and sucks around the corner. Hey, so whether you want to believe me or not, and you want to just build a rod rack on the back of your truck because it's easy and you do that, I don't care that you do that. Just remember when your reel goes, even though it was driving like this and it's packed and your reel stops working and you hook a big trout and it breaks off. Hey man, I told you. I can't tell you, I can't make you do stuff. I've only been doing this for I'm 53 years old. Oh God, pushing 40 years of doing this. And put it on the front. Doesn't have to be that thing. Put your rods on the front. The wind blows this way when you're driving that way. No sand. Whatever. Do whatever you want. You're an adult. You have the rack back here. A little bit of sand. Sometimes it's real bad driving and you are literally in four-wheel drive plowing down here and constantly kicking up really fine sand. And it'll get in your reels. And if you want to catch a fish, really sandy reels don't help. So don't put it on the back. I have mounted rod racks in the bed before across the top and made like PVC contraptions. I haven't cut these out. I've got the rack on the front, but in the old days, we used to drop one in the hole here and put it up like this and go across and put like rocket launchers on the back. My buddy Chris Moss still runs that, and it works great. The sand doesn't tend to get up in the bed, but I promise you, see these things right here? Those are called tires, and they rotate in this direction, generally speaking, unless you're going in reverse, and then they go that way. But this way, even with mud flaps, if it's sandy, which we've covered this, there's a lot of sand. It will constantly kick it up, and there's a vortex back here that happens and whips in a circle, and it will get sand all over your reels, and they will fail you. Whether you want to do anything with that. Right there, that holds an ice chest. So when I shark fish, I put an ice chest up there to put shark baits in. I've got the spoon. This is a tarpon rig. That's 20-pound test on a 400 series reel. And that would be a nose hook, circle hook on a swim bait. I have not seen tarpon, but if I do, I will be bombing them out there. There's a famous tarpon guide, I cannot remember his name, who did that. You snell the circle hook on there and then tie the swim bait on the back so that they get hooked on the hook. And if they throw the bait off, who cares? Worm, twitch bait, tops. The last 2 days, it's all been tops. Here's something nobody thinks about. I zip tie a piece of foam on my rack here, and lures that I'm using, I just stick the lures in there and they ride along. We'll wash them off later. But you know that those are used, and those are some of the baits that are working. So I stick them here as opposed to back in a box or something like that. This is called a trash bag. For you idiots who throw your trash around or leave it in the bed of the truck and drive fast and it flies out and you think you're going to get rid of it, there's a beach cleanup down here every March, started by Billy Sandifer. And you put trash in the trash bag and pick up some trash every once in a while. When you see stuff on the beach, it's easy to pick up. Just grab 5 or 6 pieces and grab more, leave with more than you came with. This is a yoga mat. I have wet acole seats that are made out of wetsuit material, but I prefer to put a yoga mat on top of it and just let it take on the brunt of the water because you're constantly wet in and out. I zip tied a piece of 1/2-inch PVC pipe in the front here to make a weight so it won't blow up. And then I also in the back. So there's a 1/2-inch piece of PVC zip tied in here to keep it from falling down. And I just set it like that. You see the PVC pipe right there. And I cut it, about 1.5 inches wider than these 2 posts right here. And you just shove that through and it hangs up the yoga mat. Slide it back. All done. Like I said, those are wetsuit material seat covers, but I've been doing that for years and I just do it. Going to the back of the truck, I have tackle box, ice chest, of course. This is something not a lot of people think about. That's a used box. So instead of cleaning every dadgum lure on the planet, if I'm changing, which today I can't figure out what they want to bite, so I've been throwing a lot of lures. And when I figure it out, I'll just throw that one. But until that time comes, this box has been used. This is top waters from out of here, but they have not been used, so I don't have to clean 1,000 lures. I'm probably going to add, the reason why I have the top water box in that bucket is because God only knows, whatever they want to eat, I'll throw. I don't care. All right, that's a basic rundown. Today we have a very severe, the tide is going like this, like it's peeling off. So low tide won't be till about 4:30 or 5. Some of the stuff behind me will be accessible later and I'll be able to fish it, and I think I'll get into them. There's bait, there's anchovies, whiting, whisker minnows, and a bunch of mullet. So the food's here. I just hadn't figured them out, or they hadn't decided to turn it on. I got nothing else to do. I mean, it's opening week of archery season in Texas. Look at all the people. I mean, it's freaking outrageous how many people are in the way. I'll go whack them. One thing you got to do, keep grinding. It's been a grind for 2 full days. I catch one here, catch one there. Haven't got into a big school of them. But if you don't go, you won't know. And as my buddy Billy Sandifer used to say, God bless, don't read all the reports, go make a report. Because by the time you hear that the fishing was awesome, you're on your fat ass in the basement yelling at your mom to get you some more Cheetos. Later.